Hey guys, Yuli here, creator and founder of PartTimeBusinessBuilder.com. And today I've got a quick tip for you that can help you increase your income in the next 12 to 18 months. If that's something that you think you might be interested in, stick around and I'll be right back. Alright guys, here I am. And today I got this email, and it was a great email. It was from one of my mentors, Mike Dillard. And if you don't know who Mike Dillard is, he's the creator of Magnetic Sponsoring, and he's also the creator of Elevation Group and the Elevation Income. And he's a high earner. He's a top earner in the internet marketing space, but he's more of a coach and he's more of a teacher, and he does a lot of great stuff and he puts a lot of great information out there. And as much as I like to consider myself a coach and a teacher in this industry, I am a much bigger student. And the only reason why I am such a big student is because I'm always trying to grow and become a better marketer, entrepreneur, business person, and just person in general. So I take a lot of time and I invest in myself and I invest in my education through courses, books, all sorts of educational platforms. But today the email was extremely intriguing and very interesting. It was about raising your value to society. So how do you make more money? How do you become more valuable to society? I mean, we value everything with the dollar or the pound or the yen, whatever your currency system that you're currently dealing with. That's how we value society, and that's how we value our worth. We don't necessarily value our worth that way, but that's how we get valued as far as how much income we're going to generate throughout our life. And he broke it down into your personal value limit, your PVL. And the three aspects of the PVL are, number one is how many people do what you do. How many people actually have the skill that you have that are global? Since now we're in a global market, you got to consider your competition, which is the first step, or the first level of your PVL is your competition. It's a global competition. How many people have your skill and how many people can actually do what you do? Number two is how long did it take you to acquire that skill? How long did it actually take you to go through the training, the courses, the education, in order to gain the skill that you have, that you're offering to society, that you're offering to the market? If you were able to pick it up in a 24-hour course, then boom, you're gonna get valued at that level. If it's something that you didn't really need any specified training for, and you have this skill that almost anybody can have, then you're not going to get that level of value to society. You're not going to get that income value up. If it's something that took you years and years and years to develop, and something that you had to go through many years of classes and courses and education and everything else, then you're going to be valued at a little higher level. So you have to consider that. So number one was your competition. Number second was your level of expertise. And now number three is your leverage. How many people can you service at one time? Are you servicing just one person? Do you have a coaching program when you could only get on the phone and talk to one person at a time and say, hey, Bill, this is Yuli, blah, blah, and you're only getting paid on that one time event? That's not using your leverage very, very well or very intelligently. You want to be able to leverage and service the masses. It's kind of, the more people you can service, the more people you can help, it's obviously the more leverage you're going to use, and you're going to be valued. You're going to return, the value that's going to be returned to you via income is going to be much greater. So I'm going to give you a couple examples here if I lost you a little bit there. So number one is your competition. What skill does your competition have that you have that you're offering society? Say you're in the service industry and you're a waiter, waitress, bartender, blah, blah, blah. Not to put anybody down, I'm just starting there because a lot of people are in the service industry, even on a part-time basis while they do their network marketing or affiliate marketing. A lot of people do that as a stepping stone to get some income in order to be able to keep their dream alive and make their other stuff happen. So it's a good example. Like, there's a lot of competition in the service industry. I mean, that's the go-to career path of many college graduates right out of college, kids in college, single moms, people that are getting through certain cycles in their life, and so there's a lot of them out there. Number two is your expertise level. Now, granted, there's some better servers than others. There's some people that are better in the service industry than others. Some people just outright suck at it, and some people are great professional servers. Now, those people obviously have gone through years and years of experience and training in order to get to that level, so their value perception is going to be a lot higher. So they're going to be making the higher tips. They're going to be working at the better restaurants. So they're going to get a better clientele. So their ticket's going to be higher. So their tip based on that meal or whatever bottle of wine is going to be a lot higher. The people that haven't gone through any training, who are just new in the industry or just kind of in there in between, they're not going to attract that sort of value. They're going to get that job at a smaller restaurant, a more franchise restaurant, a fast food restaurant, something that's going to keep them a little bit more controlled in their income. They're not going to have that high value because they didn't take the training. They didn't have a whole long training evolution to get into that expert level. So their expertise isn't that high. And number 3 is their leverage. The problem here is that no matter how good you are in the service industry, no matter how long you've gone through and how much training you've been through and how much experience you have, your leverage is kind of limited because you're only dealing with one person at a time, maybe a table of 12. Obviously if you could deal with a table of 50, your leverage is increased, but you're still dealing one-on-one primarily, one-on-two, one-on-three, so you're not really getting out to the masses. So that's why your value, although it's perceived at a good level and you might be making good money, you haven't got all 3 of those steps taken care of in order to exceed your expectations for income development. Let's put another example out there. Say a brain surgeon is one. Now, competition, very slim. I mean, it's hard to become a brain surgeon, so there aren't a lot of people out there who are qualified to be brain surgeons. So the competition is stiff, so that's great. Number 2 is the amount of education and training that gets you to become a brain surgeon is extremely extensive. I mean, it's 10, 12, 15 years plus continued education for the rest of your career. So that's a bonus. That's going to put you up in that $1 million mark. That's why brain surgeons make so much money, is because they're limited competition. There's only people that are qualified to do the job, and there's even less of a percentage of those people who are perceived as the best in the world. And that's, someone's messing with my brain. That's who I want to see, the best in the world. Number 2 is their expertise level. It took them a long time to get that skill set, and it's going to take them a lot longer to master that skill set. So that's great. The only problem when the wheels fall off the cart is number 3 is leverage. A brain surgeon can only leverage one person at a time. A brain surgeon can only work on one brain at a time. He can't work on 2 brains at once. So the leverage is kind of where the wheels fall off the cart. Now, if that brain surgeon decided to put together some reports or write a book, or, I wouldn't want to read a brain surgeon book, but I'm sure there's brain surgeons out there that would want to read a book. That's a way that brain surgeon could leverage his audience and start to accumulate a lot more wealth. Obviously, brain surgeons make a lot more money than I do. I'm just saying that they're limited because of the leverage. If it weren't for leverage, if they could work on 50 brains at a time, their income would exponentially just go through the roof, right? So that makes a little sense. So now somebody on the 3rd level, someone who's, say, in the network marketing, online marketing, affiliate marketing, your competition is pretty high. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are doing it. In the grand scheme of things, it's a very small percentage of the population. So although you're in the industry and you see a lot of people doing it, the competition is fairly small, although maybe everyone is in that market. The outside world is just barely starting to get the ideas, and this is barely starting to get mainstream traction. So we're still good in the competition level. Number 2 is your expertise level. How long is it taking you to get to that point? Well, obviously, if you just started yesterday, you're at that level where you're not really making any money yet. You haven't made a dime yet because you're still right there at the bottom. Now, there's people that go through different courses and they do different things, and their training evolution is just expanding. Those are the people that are making a little bit more money. Those are the people who are putting themselves in front of courses, in front of mentors, in front of coaches, and leveraging that education in order to have a higher personal value limit. And number 3 is leverage. Obviously, the internet is global. You can be as global and as wide as you need to be. So the leverage is perfectly situated in this market because we can address millions of people at a time. We can put together audios, videos, reports, books, ebooks. Any product that you can put out there to service the masses is going to get you to that next level through leverage. So the market that we're in is a great market, and it's a great industry because we have all 3 of those bases covered. Number 1, the competition is still limited because it's not a mainstream industry yet. Number 2 is your expertise level, and that's all dependent on you, on how far you want to take it. And number 3 is leverage. We have the ability to leverage, Indefinitely. I mean, it's just an untapped, unlimited resource for leverage. So how do you increase your personal value limit? If you want to get to that point where you're doubling your income or you're making a lot more money in the next 12 to 18 months, obviously you want to increase your personal value limit. And the best way I can say is to work on that number 2. Because you're going to have a hard time, limiting your competition if you're already in the industry. And number 3, the leverage, it is what it is. But number 2 is the one you should be working on, and that is your education and your expertise skill level. How much time and money are you investing in yourself through education, coaching, mentorships? Are you reading books? Are you getting in front of courses? Are you getting in front of a coach, mentor? Are you really trying to grow that number 2 line? So you have to get that expertise and that skill level up to that next level by investing in yourself. And there's a million ways to do that, and I'm not going to pitch any product or anything at this point, but there are a lot of ways to get to that next level of expertise in your industry. Even if you are in the service industry, is there a coaching class? Is there a class you can take online that teaches you, I don't know, how to make better drinks, how to be a better salesperson, a salesman, a service person, how to be more courteous, how to be better with people? So there's obviously different things that you want to take in order to get you to the next level. So by increasing your personal value limit is how you're going to increase your income in the next 12 to 18 months. Because your income is directly correlated with the amount of value you provide to the marketplace. And working on your PVL, your personal value limit, is the best way to get your income up to the next level. So that's all I have for today. I hope that helped a little bit. If it did, please share this video, like this video, send it to your friends, and work on that number 2 line. Work on getting your expertise dialed in. Work on getting that skill set that you're trying to achieve, that skill set you're trying to become an expert at. Work at that, hone that in, just get it, focus on it, and I guarantee you, if I can say such a word, I guarantee you that if you get that expertise level up, if you expand that level or that training process, you're going to get to that next level of income. And that's what I'm working on the most, is trying to get that second line, get that skill set to set me above my competition and get that leverage out to the market as a professional. So thanks again, guys. My name is Yuli. I am parttimebusinessbuilder.com. Stick around, check it out. Come by, visit us, and please leave a comment below or like and share this video. All right, thank you very much, and have a great day.